Burton with LSB TV. Check me out. We're down here at the Music Experience with the homie Dwele. TV, and we're here with Dwele. Got a new CD coming out tomorrow called Greater Than One. Tell us about it.
Greater Than One, man. I think it's all-purpose music. You know what I'm saying? With every album, I try to create an album that can be like a soundtrack for your life. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, I think that we accomplished that with this album. This album kind of has like an 80s feel to it, more so than any of my other albums, but in the same, I tried to keep like those elements that make my music, which is like the live instruments and you know what I'm saying, the vocal harmonies. You know, I try to keep those elements in there, you know, to keep it me. This time around, you know, I really wanted to put the focus on Detroit artists, you know, to kind of get their names out. My background singer Jay Tate is on the album. El Renee, who's the background singer for Kim, is on the album. Black Milk, who's another artist out of Detroit. I worked with Monica Blair once again, and also with Raheem Devine again.
I'm looking back at some of your older projects. I know it was one called John's Music or something. Was that like ever official or just leaked tracks? Or
John's my name. Nah, that was something that I put up. I put a couple tracks out on. I made a MySpace page with him, and this is before I fully understood that you could download music off of the MySpace page if you put it up there. So it was just something I was just showcasing so people could hear it, but they got bootlegged and made it around. It was going to be like a full project. It was a side project I was working on about the life of a kid named John. You know what I'm saying? Going through his whole life cycle. You know, but got bootlegged and the drive, you know, crashed on me, so I lost all of that. You know, it's unfortunate. It happens.
So as far as your music today, are any other producers you collaborate with that may have been new that you brought to this project as opposed to previous efforts?
Well, this time around, I did majority of the production. I reached out to a couple producers that I worked with before. G1, I worked with G1 on a song called Love Triangle. Worked with Mike City on the single What Profit. Also a song called Special, and Prince Damon on a song called This Love.
In the past, you worked with Jay Dilla before he passed. Is there anything that you may have recorded back then that maybe is not released yet that you did to work with him on?
Everything that we recorded, for the most part, as far as vocals and the music goes, we've released. But thanks to technology, there's still ways for me to work with it. You know what I'm saying? And I got a couple tricks up my sleeves.
Out of all the artists you work with, I know you work with some big names, a lot of people in the industry. Anyone that you haven't worked with yet that you would like to in the future?
Way too many people that I haven't worked with that I would like to, man. I always say that I still want to do a song with Badu. You know what I'm saying? So we need to make that happen. Yeah.
The new album that you got coming out, you say it's in stores tomorrow. Your first single is called What's Profit? What Profit? Tell us, how did that come about?
What Profit is a song I collaborated with Mike City on. It's just one of those situations. I went to the studio, he pressed play, and I said, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a matter of me putting my instrument on it. But the song is about, you know, it's really just talking about how it makes no sense to have everything to gain the world if you have nobody to share it with. So what profit a man to gain the whole wide world and lose his girl?
What do you do to stay relevant and just to keep longevity in the industry?
I try to stay true to myself, you know, musically. I do what I feel, you know what I'm saying? That sounds kind of vain, don't it? I do what I feel. I didn't mean it in a vain way, but I just like I've always made music for myself, you know what I'm saying, to make me happy, and I still in a sense kind of do it that way. I know that there are other people listening, so I do cater, you know what I'm saying. I like when I do shows, I see what people move to, and I try to cater to that, you know what I'm saying. I remember that, and I try to act accordingly, you know what I'm saying, with the next album, or produce accordingly. But for the most part, I just do me, and I'm thankful that people are rocking with what I do. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're an independent label. Do you think that gives you more access or freedom to do what you want to do in your style of music as opposed to being with a major label?
You know, I started off with a major label, the first 2 albums, and I think it was good. You know, starting off back then, it was good to have that major label push, you know, to create your fan base. Once you're an established artist, I think the best thing you could do is go to a, you know, to a E1. I call E1 like a major independent, you know what I'm saying? I still get my freedom with E1. And being that I produce and write majority of my stuff, I don't want to lose any of that freedom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying myself right now. Right. What's up, y'all? This your man's Dwele, and you're watching LSB TV. Keep it locked right here, people.